Hey guys, welcome to your Daily Smash for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
It's a mess in here. We're in the new house. This is not our typical lighting situation or background. We're trying to figure out where to go and what to do in here.
Well, I already know what I'm going to do. I just have to order the couch. I have to order our bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Vegas show.
We're going.
Yes. And when I say I mean we. I get that bad habit of doing that. I know.
Yeah.
But when I say I mean we're attached to the hip.
We are.
So
and it's a very wonderful attachment.
It is.
Coming up, we're going to talk about that ridiculous woke video from the deputy fire chief of the LA Fire Department. It's insane. If you haven't seen it yet, we're going to rip it to shreds. But first, you have a really important event that you wanted to talk about that's coming up in a couple
It's so
days.
funny. My friend Jennifer Davis is cousins with Jason from the Oppenheim group that does Selling Sunset, Selling LA. That's her first cousin. Really good friends with her. And she asked me to come and we worked at the Orange County Register together. And she asked me if I could come and help out. And so it's... because we both worked at the Orange County Register, Jennifer and I. It's at the Oppenheim Group's office, which is in Corona Del Mar. You'll know it. It's 3140 East Coast Highway. It's on this Thursday, the 16th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll be collecting donations to help impacted the LA fires, including first responders. Items include air purifiers, personal hygienes, sheets and blankets, pet supplies, food, baby formula, baby wipes, individually wrapped snacks, OTC medications, canned food, eye drops, nasal spray, chapsticks. New items only, please. Can't join the drive. Just consider donating online to dreamcenter.org.
Dreamcenter.org, Thursday, 10 to 4.
SupportLAFD.org. Or come down and see us and donate.
Yeah.
If you can.
I'm going to go with Kelly. I'm going to have to come back and do my show. But it's for a great cause to help the fire victims in LA. And some people do and some people don't. And I'm really glad it was you that came to me and said you were going to do this. And I'm going to go with her. I want to help. I want to do what I can.
So, Rick, we had fiber optics in our last house.
Yeah.
We don't have it here in this new house, and it is slow. What is this? Who do we have here now?
Spectrum.
It is so slow, the internet. It is beyond slow. And if we wanted to upgrade, it's going to be $1,000.
It was ridiculously expensive to put fiber. They would have to run the lines, and it was going to take weeks. So I got the best internet I could get that was available now. And we built my whole new studio here in this house. And today was the first show from Huntington Beach, Monday. And we had a couple of glitches in there. I mean, it was smooth for the most part, but there were some technical glitches. And they were telling me it was on their end. And I hope that's true because I need solid internet to stream my show live. The studio is beautiful.
So if you guys were wondering where we were yesterday, we're having technical difficulties over here. So
the internet.
It's not like we were like lazy or we didn't do our show. We never ever miss. So you guys.
But we're also in moving hell. I mean, you have no idea how much stuff there is surrounding us in this house. It's like been insane. And on Saturday when we moved, I had my phone on me most of the day, and I logged 32,000 steps, which is the most I've ever seen on my phone. I know Kelly had as many. You were up before I was. And the next day I had close to 20,000, but I didn't have my phone on me for most of the day. So I think we had well over 50,000 steps between both of us had over 50,000.
I woke up at 3:00 in the morning, and I went to bed at 1:30.
Yeah.
Julie never wants to hang out with me. Oh. And at 1:30 she said, "Hey mom, come up here." I'm like, I can't move. I'm like, I have cramps. Like I cannot move.
It was painful.
It was so painful.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Well, it's like we look at each other and just have all this stuff. And I'm like, one box at a time. Let's do one box at a time. We'll get through it.
So Julie went back to Paris today. She was supposed to go back Thursday.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff to do here.
Yeah.
It is incredibly overwhelming. It is incredibly crazy over here.
We're gonna.
She calls Will Dog, the points guy, all on her own, and she books her flight for today.
You think maybe because she didn't want to unpack boxes?
Of course.
She got her room done, and then she took off.
And she didn't even do her room to perfection. She told him to make her bed.
What I got mad about, she left boxes all over her terrace. She just left them all out there. She never said anything to me about what do I do with the boxes, or didn't try to break them down and bring them downstairs because that's where they need to go. Obviously, the terrace is not the box depository.
I mean, teenagers are really, really, really difficult. It's not.
I probably would have done the same thing when I was 18. You wouldn't have.
No, you know why? Because my mom would have kicked my butt. She would have kicked my butt and go, "What's the meaning of this?" My mom would say, "What is the meaning of this?"
What is the meaning of this?
That's what she used to say. What is the meaning of this? And my mom, I was scared of my mom. Like I was scared of her.
Yeah.
I never slept until 10 until like I never slept until 10. Never, ever, ever slept until 10. So, you know, when your kid sleeps until 10 all the time, and then I like, what is this? What is the meaning of this? She's like, I'm on break. Like, I never got breaks.
Yeah. We don't have a break. But I did want to say this garage is smaller than our other garage. And we had roof racks in the other garage. And I needed to install the roof racks in this garage. And we left them outside, and somebody took them. They were by our trash cans, so someone may have thought we were throwing them away. But they took the roof rack. So I went to Home Depot tonight.
Which was weird because we had the legs and everything inside.
Well, we had we had all the other material inside, but there were legs attached to them, but not all the equipment you need to put it on the ceiling.
So we have a helper named Shane.
Yeah.
And Rick, he's awesome. He's like always helps us. But Jolie knows him. Yeah,
I talked to him tonight.
Oh, you did?
He's going to come by tomorrow.
Is he?
And install the rack. Can I tell the story of the rack that I bought tonight?
Well, no, Jolie and him are like this. Like they're close. Like they talk a lot. And Rick's like, he's over here talking to Jolie in his room, and he's helping her make the bed. He's helping put the new light on. Like they're talking, like they're like, you know, vibing. And Rick goes, is he going to put the roof racks on or not? And he thought that Rick was going to go to the other house to pick up the roof rack. It was like a total miscommunication.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back there, and they're all talking up there and like having a good time. And I go, Shane, Rick needs for you to go and get the roof racks. I mean, to do the roof racks before the movers come in.
Yeah.
And he goes, there isn't any roof racks. I go, what do you mean? He goes, no, there's no roof racks. And I'm like, I went down there and I'm like, wait, because I helped you put them in. I'm like, there are roof racks.
Oh, I put them on the back of the truck and we drove them over here.
That the people go through the alleys here to look for metal, that they resell metal.
Yeah.
It did look like they were by the garbage, that they were for the taking.
Well, that was a poor place to put them. We didn't put them there. We put them on the side of the house. But someone moved them because they needed to do work over there, and they moved them to the one place they probably shouldn't have put them.
Right by the garbage cans.
Right. So I went to Home Depot. They had one left. And it was the box, you could tell, didn't have the straps on it. It wasn't sealed. And it was loose. The top was loose. And it was very, very heavy for the heavy duty one. But I got one of those big carts and I brought it over there. And I was pulling the thing off the shelf to tip it down and put it on the cart. And the whole thing just opened up and they all just...
You cut yourself.
Clang, clang, clang all over the floor. So, yeah, I cut myself. I had to go find someone to help me. And it was this older gentleman who works at Home Depot, came over. And he had tape. And he started to tape the box with his tape. I got a little video of it. I was just like... I tried to, it was another thing in all the things that we have going on. They did give me a discount on the open box, and hopefully Shane can install it tomorrow. We can get stuff off the floor of the garage, which is packed, so we can put our stuff away. It's insanity over here.
So wait, our neighbor is from Arizona.
Our
Ethan,
former neighbor.
so cool. He's moving out too. And he was going to do a lease purchase. He rented that thing out 3 years ago he was going to purchase it for $2.9. Now it's gone up sky high. The owner is like, no, I want it $4.5. And he's like, I guess a lawyer. He's like, I'm not even going to fight this fight. He's like, forget it.
Because he had a lease option to buy at $2.9. And when he wanted to exercise the option, the guy said, no, it's over $4 million now.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound like if there's a contract to lease by it, you can go after him?
If he had a contract, then he should be able to enforce the contract. But I don't know what the contract says. There may be a clause in there.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. But he was so sweet. He gave me an electric bike.
Yeah. Thanks, Ethan.
And he gave me this crate barrel rug for temporary.
You know, we have a woke story coming up, and it occurred to us that Home Depot missed the memo on wokeness because we bought all these moving boxes from Home Depot, and one of the choices is master bedroom.
You know what? That's the woke inflicting their BS that we have to change master bedroom to now primary. We have to do all that woke crap. It's always been master bedroom. But they're the ones who are like, oh no, we have to change it to primary. Yeah, I'm just so sick of this woke crap. I am so sick of it.
Well, I think it's going away.
I
think a lot of it's going
I hope
away.
it's going away. I have a story really quick, and I think
okay,
it's a
go
great
ahead.
story. So Julie, we were doing stuff. She was really helping me a lot in the kitchen, and we were packing stuff up in the old house. And she was like, Mom, I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I'm like, let's all both listen to it. Right. So we're listening to Joe Rogan, and Mark Zuckerberg went up there and he's like, yeah, they didn't want me to really talk about what the effects were of the jab. They made me take it down. And they were like, they didn't want me talking about how terrible the jab was. And
when he said they didn't want me talking about it, he meant they didn't want posts on Instagram from people suggesting that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I looked at Julie and I'm like, aren't you glad that you wanted to go and take that vaccine? And I go, and I told you no, absolutely not. Are you going to take that vaccine? Under my dead body, are you going to take that? And you were pushing me to take you to go get that vaccine. And she looked at me and she goes, Mom, she's like, I was only 14. She's like, I'm going to be 19 soon. I was only 14.
Yeah.
And I went, that's right. I'm the parent. You were 14. You don't know what you're doing at 14. You don't even know what you're doing at 18. You're 18 right now. And then I looked at her and I'm like, isn't it crazy? Heather Dubrow allowed her 12-year-old daughter to go down to the courtroom and name her daughter, change her name to Ace. Now, she has pictures of her. She's got a full thing of hair on her arm. And now, Julie's like, I know. Julie used to play with them when they were little. And Julie goes, I know. Julie's like, how is Heather and Terry allowing that to happen? You don't know what you're doing at 12, 13, 14, 15. Julie goes, they're
being influenced by people, by their peers, or by social media or whatever. It's cool to change sexes when you're 12.
And I'm like, you know what? I wore a Drunk Wives Matter hat and it was an outrage.
Oh, yeah.
You would think I killed somebody, that I was the worst person that wore a Drunk Wives Matter hat during the BS BLM, which was a crock of crap, by the way, and I called it. And I get punished by Bravo, by everybody, ostracized. No one's saying anything about Heather Dubrow. Everybody's like, you're a good mommy. You're a good mommy for allowing her to do this. No, people should say what you are doing is criminal. That's what people should be saying. Anyone with half a brain should be saying that.
Yeah, I think it is. It's definitely irresponsible. You can't let a child determine their future. You're not going to let a 12-year-old decide what they're going to do for the rest of their life. They have no idea. The kid hadn't even hit puberty yet.
Then they're giving them puberty blockers. And you can see it. Go to her Instagram. You can see that her little girl with big, huge,
Some
airy
kind of
arms.
hormones she's
Some kind of
on.
hormones. And what do you think hormones do to your body? Just look at me. I'm going through menopause right now. I'm going nuts.
Well, you got so much criticism unfairly. You were ostracized. You lost your job for speaking your mind about something.
Because Bravo is woke.
Yeah.
They're woke.
Yeah.
They're as woke as can be over there.
Well,
okay? And look at
woke,
what's going on right now. Let's do your
being
little
woke
story.
can be very
Dangerous.
And
very
especially when
dangerous.
there are lives at stake. In my monologue on Newsmax on Monday night, I talked about how poorly city and state leaders in California had handled the fire situation and prepping for the fire situation by, for example, poor forestry management, not clearing the dead brush and trees from forests, which provide kindling for these fires to spread much quicker and much faster. And there have been warnings for years about clearing all that brush out of there, and Gavin Newsom and others in power would not let them do it. They were so worried about, I don't know, hurting a three-toed owl or a smelt fish that they wouldn't let them do the work that needed to be done to make the situation safer. They also didn't manage the water well. They closed one of the reservoirs, and the fire hydrants went dry when firefighters were trying to fight the fire. And there's also criticism now, and I respect firefighters, I respect all first responders. Criticism that it took them 45 minutes to an hour and a half to respond to some of these fires when they broke out last week. So there's been a lot of criticism of the mayor of Los Angeles, who cut the fire department budget by $18 million. And even the fire chief criticized the mayor. But the fire department itself is getting blasted, not just for the slow response times, but for the woke BS DEI hires. If you haven't seen it yet, I want you to watch this promotional video featuring Deputy Fire Chief Christine Larson about the importance of diversity in the Los Angeles Fire Department. She said this.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
We don't care what your race is. We don't care your ethnicity. We don't care what your sex is. We want you to be competent at your job.
Speed of getting the response time and competence when you arrive. That's all that matters when you're a firefighter or a first responder. Not if you look like the person you're responding to. How do you know what the person looks like when you get a call, 911, there's a fire or there's a heart attack? How do you know that that person might be LGBTQ or gay or lesbian? Are you only sending lesbian firefighters to a lesbian's house? Are you asking the person who calls 911, what's your race, what's your sex, what's your ethnicity, what's your sexual preference? So would you prefer a female firefighter come? No, just send them. Get them there as quickly as possible and let them do their job. Like, this is the kind of nonsense that
well,
costs
this
lives.
is the stuff that's like, they're the ones who are changing the master. They're the ones who are talking about their white guilt. They're the ones who are the racists. They're the ones who are always, they're racist. You can't vote for Donald Trump because you're a racist. And they're the racists. They're the ones who are just saying this right now in your face.
She was asked about the importance of hiring women who make up typically 5% of firefighters. And this, you're not going to believe what she said next.
You can't be it if you can't see it. And so that's why it's important for young girls to see women riding around on fire trucks. Plus, it's fun. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
No, Chief. Wrong place, wrong time is why we have fire departments. Someone calls 911, their house is on fire. It doesn't matter if he started the fire. It doesn't matter how the fire started. It doesn't matter about liability, who's responsible. What matters is that you can save that person's life. That's why you're hired. That's why you have that uniform. So if there's a fire, you go in that house and you grab the people in there and you take them out. Who cares if he shouldn't be in a burning house? That's why we have firefighters, to save people from burning homes.
I am so glad Donald Trump is in office. This right here, this is dangerous. This wokeism is a virus. It's dangerous and it needs to stop.
I'm really curious what's going to happen to this deputy chief now that the world has seen what she had to say and where her position is on saving people from burning homes and on sending the right flavored person to the right flavored house. Like, it's just, you gotta like just stop and do what you're supposed to do, which is to
be competent at your job
and respond to emergencies and handle it.
This is what happens when you have that, what is it, the DEI or whatever? When you have to have a particular color, a particular sex, a particular, you need to be competent at the job.
Yeah, just
no matter what it is. Just hire the best people for the job.
The most qualified.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We're going to go back to unpacking more boxes.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah.
You could probably tell we're both, we're exhausted. But we really appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you watching. We hope you'll subscribe.
Yes.
If you haven't yet, if you got unsubscribed, maybe you'll resubscribe. We'd love that. And thanks for your support and support Kelly.
Yeah, thank you. And come out to that drive in Cronendale Mar on Thursday. That would be great. Oppenheim Group.
If you need more information, you can always go to Kelly's Instagram at Kelly Dodd, and all the address and all the times and everything's on there. Kelly D. Dodd. My name is Kelly Denise Dodd, but anymore, but I can't change my handle or else I'll lose all my followers. And that followers is what makes me get money. Honey. Yeah. Well. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.